Why are Latinos asking Black people to join them in the protest? But last month, Black people asked Latinos to stop saying the N word because Black people find it disrespectful when Latinos say the N word. And Latinos were so offended that they started disrespecting the Black community. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I want to say something. If you've been following me for a while or have gone through my videos recently, you see that I'm constantly pushing for unity between communities. Majority of the Black people in the comments are stating how they get a lot of disrespect from the Latinos, and majority of the Latinos in my comments are actually really disrespectful to the Black community. And I've been pushing for unity because these protests are not where we're going to unite. There's something bigger to come where we need that unity. And something that I've been noticing during these protests is a lot of Latinos are asking the Black community for help. And when the Black community states how they don't want to, or they don't feel like they should, Latinos are disrespecting them with racial slurs. There's a video circulating on the internet where a Latina is yelling the N word in a very derogatory form to a Black police officer. How is that helping our cause when we're asking the Black community to join us? There's videos on the internet where the comment section is full of hate from Latinos to Black people because the Black community doesn't want to join us on the protest. And while sure, I agree that this is everybody's fight, Latinos, we need to take responsibility and acknowledge the fact that this is our fault. I find it very ghetto and disrespectful for us to be saying the N word. I find it very disrespectful for us to be even saying the M word, that stands for Beatles in Spanish. And while I am going to have a lot of people in the comments saying that this is all politics and about the Latinos for Trump BS, this has nothing to do with politics because it is before Trump took office. We were put against each other back in the 1970s and the 1980s. And we're a product of that now because it was our parents that were put against one another. Why? Must I remind you that back in the 1960s when we were all united, we actually got things done, like the Civil Rights Act movement. Latinos tend to forget that Black people, the Black community, were out protesting for field worker rights, immigration rights with us. And the Black community tends to forget that there were Latinos marching with Martin Luther King Jr., down to the point that we do have a statue for MLK in Mexico because MLK was a huge impact in the Latino community. And while I do not agree with Cesar Chavez and the stuff that he did to the immigrants in the United States, Cesar Chavez, amongst many other Latinos, were marching with MLK. Black Panthers were protecting Mexicans, while Black Panthers also helped start the Brown Berets. We have a lot of history together, and this is why divided we stay conquered, because together we get things done. So no, I'm not asking the Black community to come out and march with us, to protest with us, because this is something small compared to whatever is about to come. I'm asking the Latino and the Black community to take accountability for whatever we have going on and start asking yourselves, why have we been put against each other, and why have some of us actually gone along with the way that they want us against each other? Why is there hate amongst each other when we've done nothing but unite in the past and get things done? Where does this hate come from? I've had my fair share of experiences with racist people in the past, but those people do not define the communities that they come from for me. There's always going to be racists within each community. So to my fellow Latinos, we've needed unity for a long time from other communities, and now we're reaping the consequences of us being hateful towards other communities. We even have hate within ourselves. And until we take accountability and change that, no one's going to come out to our rescue. Food for thought.
Listen, it's important for the Blacks and Latinos to come together because we've been fighting together and we're in the same fight. We're suffering the same oppression.
Despite what the world teaches you, you are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are one nation.
Listen, Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we're one family. There's a false narrative that we hate one another. That's not true.
We're suffering the same curses. So the Lord telling us to gather ourselves together in the last days. So it's very important for us to wake up, come back to who we are. We are the Israelites. We're not divided.
Don't get confused by anybody else saying that we're not together, that we're not related, because we are.
It's time for us to come together under one banner, and that's the Bible and Christ, the Black Messiah.
There has been a disunity between the Black Americans and the brown. By brown, you know what I mean. I mean the Latinos, the Caribbeans, and others. And it's like unity is impossible, because that's what it's looking like. Unity is impossible, and it really looks like for now, because you hear even the Latinos saying it might not be possible. Now the question is, why? That's the question I keep asking. Why? Because the last time I checked, one of the things that the Black Americans do not like is that the Latinos keep, calling them to their faces and using the N-word. and they have stated categorically that they do not appreciate that. And they have also stated how it brings so much disrespect to them. You disrespect me by calling me the N word, which is not appreciated by the blacks. But the Latinos said no, they have every right to call the blacks whatever they want to call them. After all, there's freedom of speech. So they feel they have every right to call them the N word. So they have no right to stop them from calling them whatever they want to call them. Yeah. And these are just few of the reasons why there might never be unity amongst them, because you all know what's happening. You watched, the first clip and all. And because the truth is, if we cannot be in unity in little things like this, then how do we unite in big things? When there are important issues on ground, how do we unite? Okay, let me just be quiet at this point, and I'll roll out the clips I've got for you all. Credit belongs to the original creators of all the videos I have used on this channel today. Hold on, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
This man breaks down why there will never be black and brown unity. Check it out.
It is impossible for us to come together with black people because we are inherently and culturally racist. Our culture is very anti-black. Meanwhile, we out here marching with signs that say brown and black unity. The truth is that in our household, we tell our sisters, we tell our daughters not to date y'all, to stay away from y'all. And if we find out one of our aunties, one of our sisters, one of our daughters had a kid with one of you, we shame them. We even disown them. Is that we, as a people that have been anti-black for a couple of hundred years since colonialism, we can't possibly try to convince black people about brown and black unity. We can't. It's impossible because we're still very anti-black.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You know who else they don't bring home? Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Latinos, anything black, they not bringing home. That's why you see these Afro-Latinos doing circus tricks and tap dancing to be accepted by these Latinos. I mean, the whole thing is Mihara La Raza, to whiten the race. Where do you fall into that, right? Then you have blanqueamiento, whitening, more whitening. The whole Latino culture is white-centered. So where do any blackness fall in under that, right? Even if you consider Afro-Latino, you really don't fall into that. So, I mean, we're not surprised, right? I just appreciate that he was being transparent and really broke it down, because this is deeply rooted into centuries of ideology, right? You have people browner than black people, black Americans, thinking that they're white. Like, it's wild out here, right? And, I just bring that up because how we view them and how they view themselves is through two totally different lenses. They see themselves as white, even the brown ones. So, yeah, he broke it down, and I appreciate his transparency. The whole goal of Mihara La Raza is to whiten the race, to extract all the blackness from him, right? Anything that's not Euro features is primitive. So where do you, as a black or Afro-Latino fall into that? You don't.
Dear Black Americans, please stop giving a pass to Latinos and Hispanics for using the N-word. Unfortunately, there is a lot of colorism and anti-blackness within the Latino and Hispanic communities. So when they're using the N-word, it's not coming from a place of this black and brown solidarity. What is actually happening is that they are calling you ignorant, nappy-headed, and okay? That's what's actually happening. So we shouldn't give them a pass to use slurs because it's coming from a place of hurt and being insensitive. Also, these particular groups of people within the Latino and Hispanic communities, even if they are considered so-called Afro-Latino, they do not want to be black. They don't even want to be mistaken for black. Therefore, they should not be allowed to say the N-word. So, you didn't know, but now you know. And
let's move on to these ice raids in LA in our political corner. And this is where I need y'all's help, okay? Because this morning when I woke up, or this afternoon, this subject matter is still weighing heavily on my mind, spirit, and soul. My little thumbs, I can't help but tweet about it, post about it, speak about it, raise hell about it. And it's troubling me internally because I am having a hard time trying to reconcile that I know what the right thing to do is in this moment. And I know what I should be doing in this moment. I'm having a hard time reconciling doing what's right and meeting this group of people with an open, loving heart. I know that I'm not judge, juror, executioner, or God, but if I am being honest, there is a level of delight, and I don't know if delight is the right word. There is a level of pleasure. I'm just going to call a thing a thing. There is a level of pleasure that I am experiencing from them fucking around and finding out. There is a level of satisfaction that I am experiencing from the community being punished. And I know that saying this out loud makes me look and feel like a bad person. And I know I'm not a bad person. I know that I'm not. I know that I'm a very compassionate person. But I also just feel like this one needs to burn. It needs to burn. It needs to stick. It needs to hurt. Y'all, they need to feel it. They need to feel it down into their bone marrow in the deepest depths of their souls, so it's never to be repeated, so they are reminded, and so they understand. My concern is that, let's just say, for instance, we go all hands on deck and this ICE situation dries up today or tomorrow. In my heart of hearts, I really do feel like large parts of that community would simply revert back to their anti-Black ways. And I also recognize the fact, if I'm being perfectly honest here, and please, my Latino community, my Latino people that follow me, I'm a work in progress. I'm evolving. I'm processing this the same way that you guys are processing what.
The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop. And we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-Blackness exists in our community. We know this. Anti-Blackness also exists within the Black community itself. All communities of color struggle with this. And the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division. We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities and make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number 1, share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love. Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number 2, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists. And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers. Number 3, ask your neighbors how you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment. That is the only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia. But the change, it starts with us. I love you.
It is xenophobic to sit here and tell a Black person that's not Black American that they're not Black. That's very xenophobic. And it's crazy how I have to keep explaining this to people in the comments of those 2 videos, but no, we did not start jacking Black because it became a trend, guys. You got to understand, when immigrants from those countries come here, they're told that Black here means you're Black American. In their country, they do not see color. You gotta understand, in those countries, I cannot speak for Afro-Latinos countries. I can't speak for the Black Panamanians. The Black Panamanians know they was always Black. In the Caribbean countries, those countries are literally majority Black. They are not minorities in their country. So you sitting here telling them in their face, you're not black, when you can obviously see that they are, and they know that they are racially, but ethnically that they are wherever they're from is xenophobic as fuck. And the fact that I have to even sit here and explain this and y'all not seeing it as being disrespectful is crazy to me. Like, come on now. Like, stop with the hate shit. Stop with the violence shit. Like, at the end of the day, we all fucking black. Like, yeah, we from different backgrounds, you know, but at the end of the day, we're all black. Stop with the bullshit. Like, once we understand each other, this whole war would end, because it's just stupid. It's really stupid.
So, one of the problems the Black Americans have with the Latinos is the fact that they do not respect boundaries. You know, this problem has been in existence for a very, very long time, as you all know, you know. And most times the migrants, like the Asians, the Latinos, the Africans, you know, they come in and they're given privileges and opportunities that even the Black Americans do not have access to. And at the long run, the migrants come in feeling like they are better off, feeling superior. And you hear what's like, oh, you guys are just jealous, you know, you are envious of us, you know, we drive better cars, blah, 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 blah. You know, all of the nonsense, you know, they spew from their mouths. And the Latinos and Black Americans always have this back and forth, I have noticed over time. And the few majorities have asked, can there be unity? Now, from the videos you have just watched, even the Latinos said that there might never be unity amongst the blacks and the browns. And the truth is, the Latinos are anti-black. I know that. You heard it from, you know, the videos I just played, and I'm wondering now. The question I want to throw to the house is, why can't it be possible? Really, why can it not be possible? I don't know. I'm just wondering, why the rift? Why the back and forth? Why can't there be unity? Really, I'd like to hear from you guys, please. I'll be reading your comments. Let me hear your views. Why do you think there can't be unity between the Latinos and the Black Americans? I'd like to hear your views. I'd like to read from you all. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with me till the end today. I really, really do appreciate it. And I want to give credit to all the original creators of the videos I have used on my channel today. Thank you so much. If you're seeing my beautiful face for the very first time, please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing evening. Bye.